Over 140 killed in Nigeria gasoline tanker explosion. More than 140 people, including children, were killed and dozens were injured in Nigeria after an overturned gasoline tanker truck exploded in flames while they were trying to scoop up fuel pouring from the vehicle, emergency services said on Wednesday. The accident occurred at midnight in Jigawa State's Majiya town when the tanker driver lost control of the vehicle while traveling on a highway, police spokesperson Lawan Adams said. Residents rushed to the scene and were scooping up fuel, sparking a massive inferno, he said. Close to 140 people were put in a mass grave apart from people buried in other places, Naira Abdullahi, head of the National Emergency Management Agency in the region, told the Associated Press. Residents of Majiya were in mourning on Wednesday as they held a mass burial for the victims. Most of the bodies were unrecognizable, emergency services said. Deadly tanker accidents are common in Nigeria, Africa's most populous country, where traffic regulations are not strictly enforced in many places, and there is a lack of an efficient railway system to transport cargo. It is also common for people to salvage fuel with cups and buckets to take home after such accidents. The practice has become more common because of soaring fuel prices, which have tripled since the start of last year as the government ended costly gas subsidies. The driver involved in the accident had traveled about 110 kilometers, 68 miles, from neighboring Kano State, police said. The Jigawa State Emergency Management Agency initially put the death toll at 105, including those who died while being treated at hospitals. Most other victims were burned to ashes at the scene of the accident, said Dr. Haruna Mairiga, head of Jigawa Emergency Services. If they knew about the danger, they wouldn't have gone to fetch the fuel, Mairiga said. He said emergency services arrived at the scene several hours after the accident. Resident Sani Umar told local channels television that the fire spread so quickly that many couldn't escape. People were running in all directions, screaming for help, Umar said. This is a heartbreaking moment for us all, said State Police Commissioner Amadou Abdullahi. Associated Press. World Bank lists Naira among Africa's worst-performing currencies. The Nigerian Naira is among the worst-performing currencies in sub-Saharan Africa in 2024. This is according to the World Bank in its latest edition of Africa's Pulse report. It showed that the Naira is at par with the Ethiopian birr and South Sudanese pound in terms of decline in the region. The report said the continued increase in the demand for dollars and limited dollar inflow is responsible for Naira depreciation in the last months. According to the report, as of August, the Naira lost about 43%. By August 2024, the Ethiopian birr, Nigerian Naira, and South Sudanese pound were among the worst performers in the region. The Nigerian Naira continued losing value, with a year-to-date depreciation of about 43% as of end August. Surges in demand for U.S. dollars in the parallel market, driven by financial institutions, money managers, and non-financial end users, combined with limited dollar inflows and slow foreign exchange disbursements to currency exchange bureaus by the central bank explain the weakening of the Naira, it said. Daily Trust reports that the Naira plummeted to a new record low, closing at N1,700 per dollar in the parallel market on October 14, 2024, according to data from Bureau de Change, BDC, operators. This represents a 0.29% drop from its previous rate of N1,695/$1 recorded on October 11, despite a surge in crude oil prices, which have surpassed $80 per barrel. Drunk wife kills hubby. People of Mizrabani were saddened by a suspected mentally ill wife, acting Mashonaland Central Police spokesperson Sergeant Major Samuel Chikasha confirmed the murder. Allegations are that on October 6 the couple had a misunderstanding after having a beer at Mizrabani Business Center, who fatally struck her sick husband in a beer dispute. Martha Mushawamuka, 44, of Madoka village in Mizrabani allegedly murdered her husband Jethro Madhakwa, 56, in a domestic dispute. The wife struck her now-deceased husband with a metal object on the head and blood oozed from his head. A neighbor to Beth Bangamwe came to his rescue and refrained the wife from further assaulting him. Madhakwa was rushed to St. Albert's Hospital, where he later succumbed to the injuries. Police warned people to shun violence. Nigeria's oil exploration drops 6.7% due to limited investment, report. There were indications yesterday that oil exploration dropped year-on-year, YOY, by 6.7% in September 2024 due to limited investment in the upstream sector of Nigeria's petroleum industry. The Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, indicated the development in the number of rigs deployed for operations during the period. In the latest October 2024 monthly oil market report, OPEC indicated that on year-on-year, YOY basis, the nation's oil exploration decreased by 6.7% in September 2024, as the rigs dropped for exploration fell to 14, from 15 recorded in the corresponding period of 2023. But on month-on-month, MOM basis, the nation's oil exploration remained flat as the number of rigs deployed remained flat at 14 in September 2024, same as recorded in the preceding month of August 2024. According to OPEC, Algeria emerged the highest nation in terms of exploration with 43 rigs, while Equatorial Guinea came last with 0 rigs. Although OPEC did not provide factors responsible for the development, checks by Vanguard pointed to low investment in Nigeria during the period, characterized by continued divestment by the International Oil Companies, IOCs. Nigeria has proven oil reserves of approximately 37 billion barrels of oil and 209 trillion standard cubic feet, TSCF of proven natural gas reserves. Efforts targeted at increasing the 37 billion barrels of oil and 209 trillion standard cubic feet, TSCF of proven natural gas reserves have not been very successful for many years. However, speaking at the just-concluded African Oil Week, AOW, in Cape Town, South Africa, the Commission Chief Executive, Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, NUPRC, NGR, Benga Kamaleif, said that the nation was working to conclude its 2024 Nigerian license round. Kamaleif stressed Nigeria's commitment to ensuring transparency, regulatory efficiency, and a favorable business environment for investors while outlining the strategic blocks available for licensing, showcasing the country's vast untapped potential in hydrocarbons. However, speaking at the just-concluded African Oil Week, AOW, in Cape Town, South Africa, the Commission Chief Executive, Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, NUPRC, NGR, Benga Kamaleif, said that the nation was working to conclude its 2024 Nigerian license round. Kamaleif stressed Nigeria's commitment to ensuring transparency, regulatory efficiency, and a favorable business environment for investors while outlining the strategic blocks available for licensing, showcasing the country's vast untapped potential in hydrocarbons.